Live from Columbus, Ohio, and partially in New Jersey, it is the Three Geeks podcast. My name is Jason, as always, joined by not Philip. Philip's not here today. Joined by Max, Dan, Rondell, and Mike is coming back, I hope. We are the Three Geeks podcast, and we have a lot to talk about. But first, I just want to mention that today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/3geeks. There's over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Whether you like to read, don't like to read, can't read, Audible is for you. Check it out. If you work a lot in an office space, you can allow headphones. It's great for passing the day. I highly recommend it. And now Audible has a new feature where if you have an audiobook, you can now share it with a friend. And that's pretty cool. And that's all I've got on Audible. You can also check out McGTV at youtube.com/Mike McGTV. I got to try not to move or I censor out Rondell. So, what? Wow, dropping microphones. Wow. Look at us.
Oh my goodness. Drop the mic. I'm done. Podcast over.
Podcast over. This is not, well, I guess this is kind of a nerdy subject, and I'm going to fucking talk about it because, I'm part owner of this podcast. Castle was canceled, which sucks, but it has a funny story associated with it. So Nathan Fillion tweets out when he finds out the Castle was canceled that, well, it looks like my schedule is free if anybody's looking to cast an actor. I'm paraphrasing. And then James Gunn tweets back and goes, "Great news for me, buddy." So I hope that means something because that's awesome. I liked Castle, but Castle was a procedural show. There'll be another procedural show. I'm just curious as to what Nathan Fillion's next step is going to be. Because, we all know him as Firefly, but, the majority of America knows him as Castle. That's what he's famous for, which is weird to think of, right?
No, I mean he's been on the show forever. I was actually surprised to hear that Castle got canceled because I wasn't aware that it was still on television. So I was like, holy shit, that show was on air until now. Good for them, because I didn't feel like that. The premise of that one was gonna carry the show very far, especially after they cancel Firefly, which is a fucking awesome show after one season, and then Castle stays on for fucking 23 seasons. It seems like a fucking travesty to me, but yeah, no, good for him. I hope that he gets picked up for whatever movie, Guardians 2 or whatever the fuck's going on. I'd love to see him in some Marvel shit. I'd kind of like to see him go crazy and have him as Cable if he just got real fucking huge. I think he's got the look for it if they gray out his hair. It's if he just got super ripped though, he would have to get crazy ripped. But yeah, that would be interesting, I think.
Yeah, just funny to hear him talk about it. It was 2 years ago. He was at Comic-Con. They asked him about his contract negotiations. He's like, yeah, it was really weird. I've never actually had to do contract negotiations to re-up because my shows always get canceled before I get to that point. Yeah. And Castle was the first show they got to do that with. I'm not surprised Castle lasted for 8 years. It's a procedural show. Parents like it. And they did the same thing with Castle that they did with Bones. They pulled in somebody who's really popular with the younger audience. With Bones, it was David Boreanaz. With Castle, it was Nathan Fillion. And then, the elderly like to watch these procedural shows. And then you get some of the nerd base. I know a lot of nerdy people that would watch Castle just for the Firefly references, which they were there heavy. Yeah, me. I watched. I actually like Castle. I like procedural shows.
You like anything with Nathan Fillion in it?
I like procedural shows just because
it's okay.
I could turn them on and I don't have to focus. I can do other things.
You like
prep
Nathan
a
Fillion
podcast
shows because you can turn them on and you can see Nathan Fillion, and that just makes you the happiest little ever. And that's fine.
That's
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's true. It's true. I can't deny it. If you're watching us, please hit that like button down below. Please hit subscribe. I want to give a quick shout out to my kids. They got a YouTube channel. It's Three Geeky Kids. Oh, so man. Check that out. They're doing really well.
Oh god.
But just wanted to shout that out. Mike, Oh wait, hold on. Before I go to Mike, let's just pull out all the news. So ABC not only canceled Castle, they canceled Agent Carter. They have turned down the show Powerless, and then Most Wanted, I think, was the other Marvel show that they decided not to do. I think that's all. Nashville, we don't fucking care about. But
oh, dude, they canceled Nashville.
Okay, Max cares about Nashville.
Shit. Damn, no more hating.
I know. She's like, damn it! If they had canceled this last year, I could have been a part of that shitty Heroes reboot.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm sure she was like, yeah, I'm so sorry I missed that one.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Maybe they wouldn't have killed me during pregnancy. Ugh, that show. Fuck that. And Mike, what are your thoughts on the ABC just canceling pretty much everything?
I really don't. I never really watched Castle, so I'm not that big a fan of it, I guess. But cool, whatever frees up Nathan Fillion to be Wonder Man, that's fine. I'm all for that. And I'm sure he'll find another project that'll, he'll be able to anchor himself to for a while. The dude's an awesome actor. With regards to the Agent Carter stuff, I'm not surprised they canceled Agent Carter. This past season wasn't as engaging as the previous season. It was a little... Here's the whole deal. It was a little too ABC. And that's the whole thing I want to kind of say is that ABC canceling a bunch of shit doesn't surprise me because, frankly, a lot of this stuff actually seems a little too good for ABC, honestly. Like, fine, ferry Agent Carter over to Netflix. Ferry your Damage Control or Most Wanted over to Netflix, where you can actually have free reign and not be hampered by having to be family friendly all the time. Like, Agent Carter would be a great period piece that's actually kind of gritty and awesome without having to placate towards like, well, it's got to have some comedy. Let's throw in a musical number. What the fuck? Like it did this season. And, like, oh, she's got to have she's got to have a love triangle, whatever. It's like that really kind of was a sore spot for me this season with Agent Carter. Give her a home over there. I mean, Supergirl's getting a home over on CW, so why can't Agent Carter get a home over there with Daredevil and Punisher and the likes?
Supergirl's going to CW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the smartest shit ever.
That is the smartest shit ever. I'm
I mean,
actually really happy about that.
I don't know why it wasn't there in the first place.
Yeah.
Because the more and more we get more product for superhero and comic book related stuff on mainstream television, the more we find out mainstream television really isn't the home for this stuff anymore. Like, its home is on the big screen and its home is in very specified media outlets such as Netflix, where you can have a streaming service where you can go as dark as you want with it, or in a more not so mainstream cable network like AMC is doing with Walking Dead or with Preacher, which I've been hearing Preacher is actually pretty good from what I've heard so far. So I can't wait to tune in and see it, because AMC will let you do whatever the fuck you want, essentially. But when you got to be hampered by, you know what? These are the three core networks that everyone sees across America. We got to play nice. That doesn't cut it anymore for this type of property. So that type of stuff, I'm not surprised that it's being ferried over to something like the CW or Netflix, or that it's just being done away with. Other stuff like Castle, who knows, money. But I'm not surprised ABC is spearheading the whole let's cut our losses with everything.
Yeah, and you'll get to see Nathan Fillion on Con Man, which is on Comic Con HQ. It's a new network that just launched, and it's free. So I'm actually, I need to watch that. We should watch that as a podcast and come on here and talk about it, because it looks fun.
You know, if you get your like Nathan Fillion boner, I'm leaving the room. Okay, I'm not going to sit.
Jesus.
While you have your Nathan Fillion boner going on.
It's a 20-minute quiet stretch where there's nothing talking.
Yeah,
come back.
like...
I agree with Mike. Move these shows to somewhere else, because serialized television doesn't work on the networks. The networks want procedurals. They want the Bones. They want the CSI. They want the Law and Orders, because they do well there, because, the average viewer could come in, they can watch one episode, they can leave for a few weeks, they can come back, watch another episode. You know, they haven't missed anything. Whereas shows like Hannibal and all these other shows that are serialized, they don't. I mean, there's been a few. The 24 made it big, but you know, that's the exception to the rule. Not network television isn't made for serialization, and I would love these creators. I know the money is in the networks, but I'd love to see these creators kind of just, you know, I know ABC, you want us, but let's see what else we can do as far as storytelling goes.
It's kind of funny because I was actually thinking about this earlier when I was reading about all the stuff being canceled, was that in an alternate universe somewhere, Daredevil would have been the perfect ABC procedural show. It would have been like The Practice with superpowers, essentially.
Oh my goodness! Oh wow!
I can't believe you just put that out there, Mike.
Yeah,
we're gonna find out about it.
It wouldn't have been good, but it would have gone. But you know, mainstream television isn't about things good maintaining for long periods of time.
That's true.
It's about whatever quality they can get and seeing how much they can, you know, churn out of it.
But I mean, I kind of disagree though, because now with like the on-demand features, a lot of times like you can get like the show can go on and you can just choose to watch. Okay, I'll watch last week's episode because I missed that one. Yeah. And it's not hard to watch things in order anymore. Like you don't have to tape it. Or it's like, oh crap, I missed last week. I can't see it ever again until that Ric Flair's. The show's done for me. Like I got spoilers everywhere. No, like that's not.
You mean like back in the days when people were trying to watch Twin Peaks and they missed an episode?
Yeah,
like, fuck.
What happened to the agent? Why isn't he around? Why isn't he talking to a log again?
Yeah. So I mean, you got people talking to logs and stuff, but now you can get you can pretty easily on a lot of the places, and they're definitely working on getting more like on demand type stuff going, and the more their own like Netflix style channels where you fucking just can choose what you want to watch. So I mean, like they can put out the serialized. I think. I just I think they're still in a fucking that half and half mindset where they don't want to give up one style of television, but they also want to do the new style of television. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
One of the points I didn't really stress good enough is I remember having a conversation with a few people at a family reunion or something, and they were telling me they really liked The Flash, and then they stopped watching it because it got too complicated. And that, I think, is part of the problem with the older generation watching the serialized television, because there is a lot going on these shows. Yeah.
It's serialized, but I wouldn't say it's complicated.
I don't think I thought it was absurd.
Everyone can latch into it. Yeah.
Season 1 at least.
But look at like TV from like the 70s and 80s for like older people. Like in one episode, you've got the beginning, like, take the A-Team, okay? Bad guy does something bad, somebody contacts the A-Team. A-Team comes in, takes out the bad guy, John Saxon is sad, it ends. No, really, there's a John Saxon. I think it's like the second episode. But that's what happened every week. Now it's like a continuing story arc. And that didn't really start being prevalent.
That's what I was saying.
In the mid-90s.
That's what I was saying. It's like back in the mid-90s, a subpar Daredevil show on ABC wouldn't have been that far-fetched, because every week it would have been he's solving, or he's representing a guilty party in court, and he's got to solve the crime surrounding it as Daredevil. And it would have been episodic like that. Maybe there would have been an overarching plot, or maybe not, but it wouldn't have been as complex or as character driven as the Netflix show is now. It would have just been, okay, Matt Murdock's defending another scumbag this week. Let's see how he gets out of this one.
Have you ever seen the trial of the Incredible Hulk?
Parts of it, yeah. That's where he actually does like get into it. Yeah,
can condense that into like a half an hour, and that's your show.
Oh, Mike, what if? Oh, you just got my wheels in motion, man. What if they did a Matlock and Daredevil crossover in the mid-90s? You got Andy Griffith versus Matt Murdock on the trial of the century.
With ninjas.
A white suit versus a black suit. Oh, it would have been fantastic.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Can we still do that? We could rock that
I'm down for
that Andy Griffith hologram.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, get Don Knotts hologram
did
too.
You see? Okay, now you saw Captain America 3. You saw what they did to Robert Downey Jr. Okay, you saw Ant-Man when they did some Michael Douglas, and you're like, that was the shit. And then you saw Captain America 3, you're like, holy shit. this shit's coming right the fuck along.
Mm-hmm. And
Like,
oh,
we can just CG fucking dude's face onto somebody, and we got the matchup, the legal matchup of the century.
yeah. Martin Scorsese is doing a film with De Niro, Pesci, and Pacino, and he's already the budget for that movie is like $120 million because they're going to use the de-aging technology on those three guys.
Oh god, it's gonna be terrible.
Man, everything that Pacino, De Niro, and Scorsese did was gold.
Okay, but the exception is that back when they were doing things that were gold, those guys could act.
Yeah.
And now I don't think that, like, Al Pacino especially, I don't think he can act anymore.
Well, Al Pacino has not had the best stellar record, but De Niro, when he comes, and when he doesn't, he doesn't. But
You know,
'Cause he's
lots
old.
of people.
come on, guys, we're having
That's
a
generally-
clean,
that's generally-
family-friendly podcast,
Generally
and
how it
I'm
works.
talking about an actor coming to play, and these guys, these mature children.
man. When he comes, he comes.
I'm
dude.
not
Like,
discussing
all
the
over-
airport scene of Captain
all
America
over
again.
The face, neck, and chest, bro.
From the window to wall.
You know.
But I mean, is that movie going to be like more like the Uncanny Valley? Because not only are their voices not going to be younger, but their faces aren't going to quite match up, and you're just going to watch
Yeah.
it going.
We'll see.
No, I think what I like about what Marvel's doing is it's always like a short time that you're dealing with this.
Maybe it'll be a
The
short
agent,
time in that
you know?
movie too, but
Yeah, I would like because you don't. It doesn't give you time to really like pick it apart and start to find where the the shit's fucked up.
Like Tron Legacy.
And
Yeah,
if it's done well, you're not going to be looking for it. Like, yeah, like I was just rewatching Ant-Man on my screen, and that stuff with Michael Douglas, like that actually does kind of hold up to scrutiny. So, but the thing is, it's not like a good half hour of your production.
Yeah.
It's like
right,
5 minutes at most. So,
right.
if they
Right.
intersplice it, I'm sure it'll work fine. But
And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, like, I just don't feel like Al Pacino has brought a lot to any performance in a long time.
What's sad is Pacino was my favorite of all of those, like back in the day.
Pesci's mine.
Well, I think Pesci's still
Yeah.
got some fire in him.
Oh yeah,
But Pesci, yeah, he did Gone Fishing, and that movie was what it was. And he's like, I'm done and quit acting, and hasn't done a movie since.
Yeah.
oh, he's going to be Uncle Ben. Mark my words.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I hope so.
Nice.
I hope so.
Dude, no, but Joe Pesci can't be like. Why would Hot Aunt May be with Joe fucking Pesci?
'Cause he's-
Why was Hot
There's
Aunt May
no
with
way
Joe
he
Pesci
could.
and My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah,
Why-
but that was back. That was
Oh,
back when
yeah.
Joe Pesci was getting money. But now,
They're gonna de-age him, Marvel style.
de-aged Joe Pesci, Marissa Tomei, and then he fights Iron Man for her love because they've all
Dude.
been in movies.
Dude, don't
Flashback.
take My Cousin Vinny reunion away from me, man.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
love my cousin Vinny. That these youths
He's-
talking about.
He's gonna bring back that mumbled cussing from Home Alone.
Oh my God, Home Alone. He would have died like 83 times in that movie if like
Dan-
actual
Dan-
physics existed.
Daniel Stern is the burglar who killed
Oh,
Uncle Ben.
nice, nice.
And he's not
Sticky
he's the same
Bandit.
character. He's still the wet bandit. He just packs a gun now.
Yeah,
Marvel
He
knows
learned
how to
his
do
lesson.
this shit.
No, he actually shot Ben because he came back in the house to turn the faucets on. And then he got caught.
No, they're the sticky bandits now.
yeah. Well, like,
Yeah.
maybe he went back to his wet
Yeah.
bandit roots
Because Joe Pesci left.
That's true.
because Joe Pesci went to bang Marissa Tomei.
Yes, he's like, see ya.
Okay, moving on. Fox has announced a bunch of reboots. The X-Files is expected to return next year. Duchovny, Gillian, and Carter are all in for season 11. 24 is getting the reboot with Corey Hawkins, the guy who played Dr. Dre on Straight Outta Compton. Prison Break is coming back, and we're getting a Lethal Weapon television series. I don't know. Did anybody watch any of these previews?
No.
Okay. I watched the 24 trailer, and I'm a fan of the original series, a big fan of the original series, but I admit, there's only so much you can do with this character. The one thing that I really liked about the show, especially in the first season, was the format, the way they told their story. And I saw this trailer, and I like where it's going. So I'm I'm extremely optimistic. Now, Lethal Weapon, I watched that trailer and I expected a horse shit storm of a show. And it wasn't that. It was bad. It wasn't a shit storm, but it wasn't good. So we'll see how that goes.
Prison. Damon Wayans is playing Murtaugh.
Damon Wayans is playing Murtaugh. The original Damon Wayans.
How are you supposed to take that seriously?
He's like, the trailer was funny, and then all of a sudden you see Riggs' wife get hit by a pregnant wife get hit by a car, and it goes complete serious for like 2 seconds. Like the trailer was kind of uneven as far as tone goes.
Apparently.
But we'll see. Prison Break, I have no interest. I watched part of the first season, and then I heard that they go back or get out and then go back into prison, and then there's a whole thing where they're on the run, and then I don't know, whatever. What was the other show? Oh, X-Files. I am very excited about the X-Files coming back. It was everything I expected it to be as somebody who wasn't the biggest fan of the original franchise. Dan.
As far as those four, I'm definitely gonna watch the X-Files because I really liked the reboot from last year. And I'm gonna watch Lethal Weapon because that just sounds awful and I have to see it. Yeah, Prison Break, the original, I watched like the first season, and I only watched it because it had the weirdest dramatic points ever. Like it would stop like the dude goes in prison to find his brother or something, and he's like, "How are we gonna get out? We don't know how the prison's built." And he's like, "I've got the map on my back."
I know.
Commercial break. It was just so formulaic to that fault that I just had to watch that first season, and then I got really bored. So hopefully Lethal Weapon is going to be just god-awful, so I can just point and laugh at it.
But real quick, yeah, Corey Hawkins in Straight Outta Compton did a really, really good job. So that's another reason I'm excited about 24 is because that guy can act.
My problem with 24 is not him. It's that it's so uneven because it needs to have...
they're only doing 12 again, like they did for the
12 2-hour episodes?
The 12
12
one-hour episodes that will cut some time so you don't have to have somebody's daughter get chased by a cougar.
It be 12? I mean,
what's that? Well, it'll still be a 24-hour period, like they did in the last one,
I know.
Live Another Day, where they skipped. So, yeah.
No, but they keep having so much dumb stuff happen to like the circumnavigating characters, I guess. Yeah, I can't.
Well, I felt like they cleaned that up pretty good in the last 12-hour iteration.
Yeah.
There wasn't so much filler.
But it's not 24 anymore now. I mean, it's supposed to be like every minute of that day. 12. And now, he's called 12.
12 isn't a name.
Yes, it is. 24 is not a name either.
Well, you know what I mean? It's a property that people know.
They got along with it for
That's why they can't change it.
I'm pretty sure that people will catch on. Like, I mean, people aren't that dumb. Like
there are
like 12, and then you put out one commercial that's like, this is the same shit as 24. It's called 12 now. and then all the dumb people are like, so wait. There's only 12 hours now. Is that what you mean to tell me? And then the TV is like,
back. It's like,
yes, we only show you 12 hours, so there's less bullshit you have to watch.
Max,
and the dumb people are like, okay, I can get behind this.
All right, Max. As a guy that was the Murtaugh to my Riggs when we were kids, running around shooting each other and pretend, and you would kill me. Why do I gotta
be the Murtaugh?
That's how we played. Apparently, we were racist children. How do you feel about a Lethal Weapon reboot? And I don't know why Murtaugh was trying to kill Riggs anyway. I'm just throwing that out there.
No. The first one, he puts the gun in his mouth.
No, I'm saying when we were kids, Max would always try to kill me, and then I'd lay on the floor for like a second, then get up and run around again, and Max would be like, I killed you. You're dead. You're not supposed to get up.
Yeah, I got to get you before you get me.
Why is my partner killing me?
Rule number one.
Suicidal child. That's
yeah, dude. I don't know if you watched those Lethal Weapon movies, but Riggs is crazy. Anyway, no, I don't know if I'm gonna be down for this. I need to watch the trailer, but I don't see this being good at all. Who they get to play Riggs?
I don't. I can look it up.
Some guy.
I'll do some fact checking.
Oh, dude, I bet you, dude, I would love it if they like made him an Asian or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. That'd be
You know,
cool.
just to like stand
Yeah,
up on
yeah.
this
Gary
whitewashing
Owen.
bullshit. Like, they're like, all right, now we made Riggs. You know, fucking, I don't even know, an alien. He's purple. He's just like walking around. He's a purple alien. Fucking, maybe Mexican Riggs. I could deal with that.
Yeah.
Like if they got what's his name? Who's that Mexican comedian?
Oh God, Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, no, not Carlos Mencia. No, the legit
guy
one.
from,
Oh.
guy from Ant-Man.
Clayne Crawford is playing Riggs.
Oh.
Who the fuck?
He was in A Walk to Remember,
Okay,
Oh.
Wrist Cutters,
that sounds like a great film.
Rectify, which was canceled, CSI New Orleans, which was canceled,
Yeah.
Rogue, which was canceled, Graceland, which was also canceled, Justified,
There we go.
but he was only on 2 episodes.
And
Then
that show
they,
canceled.
then they made him leave.
Blades.
The Glades, which was canceled.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
he was on 24.
He was on
Few
24.
hours and 24.
which was canceled.
Kevin Wade. Oh my God, I know who he is now. I'm so glad they put a bullet in his head in 24. I am like not looking forward to this guy as Riggs now. Oh,
Okay, yeah. So there we go. This show is going to be pretty bad. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I'm not going to watch it. This is going to be like a Gotham. I'm just going
No.
to avoid it like the fucking plague. What were the other shows? X-Files, I'm glad it's coming back, but I didn't really watch the show. I'm probably not going to watch it, but I'm glad that it's around for people who do enjoy that, because, you know, who likes to listen to people bitch about how the X-Files should still be on? What was the other one?
Prison Break and 24.
Oh, okay. Prison Break. My problem with Prison Break is when you break out of prison, Prison Break is over. Fucking like Lost. They called it Lost. They made it back to mainland. If you're not lost anymore, if you can go somewhere, come home, and then go back to that place, you're not lost.
But they were lost in their minds.
What the fuck ever? All right. So yeah, that's my problem with Prison Break. They break out of prison. They should call it On the Run. They fucking get captured again.
Understand it,
Then
it's
you
a
can
different
call-
name.
They break into prison. I guess you can call it Prison Break if they're breaking into prison to break out of prison.
Prison breaking.
Prison breaking. It's stupid though. I'm not down for that show. And those guys are busy doing Legends of Tomorrow. So, you know, maybe they should just stick to that. Like fucking, are they getting? Or is it new people?
No, it's
Is
the
it-
original cast.
Is it a new guy? New guy
No.
with a new tattoo?
It's the
He's like,
original
one
cast.
time I heard about this brother. This pair of brothers who fucking they had a tattoo, and they just kept their Prison Break plans tattooed on the dude's back.
They just had to modify the map
Yeah.
for a different prison.
Yeah, you gotta go to the tattoo artist and be like, I got a tattoo for the wrong prison. Can you switch this up for me?
You gotta find like a Yakuza guy to do it
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
dude,
It's like,
fucking-
I gotta take that off. Put this in.
Ridiculousness. No, Prison Break sucks. What was the other one?
24.
24. I watched 3 seasons of 24. And it's just like, I don't know if I can deal with more reverse Christmas. It's like every year, once a year, is the worst
It's
fucking
actually
day.
Yeah,
once every
yeah.
like 2 or 3 years.
What? No, I mean, and the show comes out every year. So every
Last
year,
3 episodes.
once a year, fucking is just the fucking worst possible fucking day this dude could ever have.
Yeah.
And like, that if anyone else had to suffer through that day, even one time, they would either kill themselves or just drown themselves in booze. It's like there's no point in living after living a day like today. But this guy, every year, on the spot, just has the worst fucking day. And I don't know if I can get behind that.
The twist this time is that it's also Christmas.
yes, it's actually on Christmas Day. Fucking oh yeah, Jack Bauer's black. That's it. It's like the fucking big twist on this one. Fucking ridiculous. No, I'm sorry, 24. Do something else.
He still has to talk with Kiefer Sutherland's voice. Though.
Yes, that would be awesome.
He's
I
not
would watch
playing
that.
Jack Bauer.
Yeah, got it. Go.
No, he is. I think they should all be Jack. I think it should be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
James Bond,
yeah,
where
it's
it's
like-
like it's like, you know, it's not a fucking. It's like his title. You know, it's like a super spy. So now he's Jack Bauer.
Bond
fucking-
can't be outdone. They have to go first.
Well, dude, if everyone, I think Bond could be outdone by a bunch of people running around doing Kiefer Sutherland voice. I think that would be pretty awesome.
Which Bond? See,
I mean, anyway, Rondell, how you feeling about all these fucking retarded ass TV shows going on?
Don't care about any of them. Maybe I've watched 3 episodes of 24. Maybe. Never watched the X-Files. Never watched Prison Break. Don't care. Don't care about the reboots.
Oh my god,
That's the attitude. To
Lethal
have.
Weapon, maybe, but just to see.
We gotta watch this trailer.
Yeah,
I gotta watch
the
this
trailer.
trailer.
I gotta see, as long as he doesn't try to bring back Homie the Clown or anything.
Oh, dude, no,
he
and
should bring back Homie the Clown.
And
What are you
now,
talking about?
man on film.
Oh,
Gets
dude.
3 snaps in a Z.
If this fails, can we get the In Living Color show
There
to
you
come
go.
back, please?
That was the only project that I agree to any Wayans working on is bringing back In Living Color. If you're not working on that and your last name is Wayans, stop what you're doing right now.
Jim Carrey's available. What's he been doing?
Oh,
Nothing.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh, dude.
I always like the Karate Guy.
I always like the.
Fire Marshal Bill.
I know you're listening to this, Liz, and I mean no offense, but there was a sketch where Jim Carrey played a kid who was still umbilically attached to his mom.
Oh God, I don't remember that at all.
It's like Tony and Liz. I got to pull that out and show her. It's pretty funny.
Oh, house burn. You
Uh,
got in trouble on the podcast for no fucking reason.
Nah, we joke about it all the time. Mike, your thoughts on anything?
Watched the first 2 episodes of the X-Files. Returning, didn't tune in for the rest of it, so
Oh,
cool,
dude,
whatever.
you need to watch
Um,
episode 3.
You watch the crappy parts.
You have to watch episode 3. It's brilliant.
All right,
I'm telling you, it's brilliant.
I tell you.
I could give a shit about 24. I didn't get into it in the first place, so I could give a shit about it now. I'm with Max. It's like, how many shitty days does this guy have to have, and how many shitty days does anyone else have to have for me to really care?
It's just like Die Hard.
Yeah, but Die Hard is a movie that comes out like every 6 years.
Yeah. And Elite, and here's the whole deal. It's like Die Hard, and guess what? The Die Hards get more and more shitty as they go along. So,
Yep.
There's only 3 of them, Mike.
no, there's like 5 of them.
No,
No,
there's
only
3.
3.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like there's only
The
3
first
in the
3 are
first
good.
place.
The first 3 are good. I mean, he's in his building, he's out of his element. The second one, he's in an airport, he's out of his element. The third one, he's hungover, and Samuel L. Jackson's his co-pilot. So yeah, he's way out of his element then.
Any of the Die Hards that don't start with Die Hard suck.
I have to agree with that, definitely. Lethal Weapon, I sure do whatever you want to that. I still love the original Lethal Weapons, but it's not like a holy franchise to me. So if you're gonna do something stupid with it, go for it. My only question is, bringing this back around, who's gonna play the Joe Pesci character in that series?
Joe Pesci.
And wonderful. And what was the other one?
Prison Break.
Oh, Prison Break.
I've already
Here-
forgotten about it.
Yeah, I've already forgotten about it, but here's how it can be interesting. Just get Wentworth Miller and Dominic Purcell to play Heatwave and Captain Cold on it so we can make it super Prison Break. And all.
Yeah, I'm down.
Prison Break.
I'm down.
So there.
Yeah, they get caught up in Bel Rev prison. They got to break out. That's it. I'm in.
Now,
That
what
puts
the
me in.
trades aren't saying is Prison Break is actually going to take place in Arkham.
No, dude, Arkham is a mental asylum that would never house dangerous criminals there that weren't mentally insane.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're mentally insane, and
Heatwave
they
and
got to
Captain
bust
Cold.
out, and players got a
Heatwave and Captain
tattoo
Cold
of
are not
Arkham on his
mentally
back.
insane.
Well,
Iron Heights, dude. Iron
Yeah.
Heights.
There's
Just
one
put it
on
in the
there.
Berlanti verse.
I don't know what else we have. I don't think we have much else.
Oh crap! I forgot to tell you beforehand.
What's that?
DC's got a new logo that they're using for the Rebirth biz,
Ugh.
and I forgot to tell you to bring it up
Oh.
beforehand.
And video game stuff, Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Philip. Oh, I can do Philip for this. Ready? I hated it. I hated it more than anything I've ever seen in my life. That's what he said when he came over. He's like, you got to watch this shitty trailer. And all day I've been hearing how good this trailer was. So then Philip comes in and goes, watch this shitty trailer. And I watched it and I'm like, it's Assassin's Creed made into a movie. Like, that's exactly what I got out of the trailer. I don't know.
I mean, I think the shitty part of it is that there's a Kanye song in it, but that's about the only shitty part I can find.
Yeah, that'll ruin anything, really.
Mm.
I liked it. I liked the trailer. I have as much interest in seeing it now as I did before, which is still not super high, but I mean, it might have gone up a little bit. just because Fassbender's in it.
I don't know. I haven't seen the trailer yet, so that'll be. I like this. Like, I just put myself on a media blackout,
Yeah.
and I just don't watch anything involving anything. And I think it's better when I go into things just not fucking knowing. Like, it's so much better.
Then you have nothing to talk about on the podcast.
But I will watch them. Like, I'm sorry I didn't. I would have watched this one for sure because I don't care about Assassin's Creed at all. So I mean, I'll watch half the movie if they put it out on the fucking whatever. But it's good. Like, don't watch shit. Like, it makes when you actually watch the shit so much better.
Yeah, it was like in the 90s where you would go to a movie and you'd be watching it, and then they'd show a trailer for Mighty Ducks 2, and you'd be like, holy shit, there's a Mighty Ducks 2 coming out. And then, you waited till Mighty Ducks 2 came out.
Mighty Ducks 2 was the shit.
Yeah, it was. The cowboy guy and the Bash Brothers. And
Bash Brothers currently on freaking Daredevil with no hockey stick. They never quack at anything, and they just need just one time, just throw a little reference out there. I'll be so happy.
Just quack.
Or like, if one of his name, like maybe one of the clients will be something Fulton, or something, just give me acknowledgement, man. He was a fucking mighty duck.
He was. He was a badass. That's
Our
not so
defendant,
badass anymore.
Our defendant, Mr. Ducksworth.
Yes. Give me one Ducksworth, and I will just be so happy.
Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
Yep. Throw Emilio Estevez in there. I mean, like, what has he been in? He's got to need some work right now, right?
Ooh. With him, you could throw in killer vehicles that run over everything.
Do the what now?
Maximum Overdrive. Come on now.
No, I've never seen that movie.
Oh God, what's wrong with you?
I was watching Mighty Ducks 2, apparently.
I can't fault you on that. So all right.
Well, Dan, I'll admit, like, he would be my choice for a Green Goblin, given his Maximum Overdrive connection.
There you go. See, somebody gets my weird ass references.
Yeah, I liked Emilio Estevez as a kid, and then like growing up, rewatching some of his stuff. He is not the world's greatest thespian by any stretch of the imagination.
I would never put his name and thespian in the same sentence.
He's a second generation Sheen. Are you surprised that he's that bad of an actor?
But he makes Charlie look like a higher up actor.
Yeah.
That's
but
hard.
I mean, you got to remember his performance in The Breakfast Club, like when he was pure
It's got a
Estevez.
point.
I can't take The Breakfast Club away from him.
Yeah.
That's a good flick.
But I just need one reference on Daredevil for some Mighty Duck shit, and like just be really awesome. You'd light up the internet with your awesomeness. Think about it: Netflix, Marvel, Daredevils.
I've got a serious question for Rondell and Max. This is kind of a racial question.
Oh no shit.
Not no shit, right? So I've met and talked. There's a lot of black people that I know that like Downton Abbey.
How many black people do you know?
What?
How
It's
many black
podcasts
people?
and stuff that I listen to that
Oh.
really like Downton Abbey. What is it about Downton Abbey that would make so many black guys like? It's like the whitest show in America.
I don't fucking watch that show.
I'm just curious.
I'll
Rondell?
tell you
No,
why.
that's drama. No.
Do you watch that show? Yes,
I don't,
you do.
I don't
Yes,
watch
you do.
it on my own. My wife watches it. I
Okay.
walk in the room. I
Okay,
get
so
sucked in.
you watch the show then?
I've watched it. I enjoy it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, what do you like about it?
It's just drama. It ain't got shit to do with black or white. It's just drama.
It's just drama.
I was just curious. 'Cause I was watching it with Liz. And
And you loved it. You
No.
couldn't get enough. And you're like, why
I-
would black people like
I didn't hate it. I just thought it was boring.
I don't know. Maybe it's
It don't matter if you're black or white.
No, yeah, a lot of people love that show though. It's really weird. Like they just can't get enough of it, and I don't watch the show.
Like I said, it's not the worst thing ever. The acting is strong and the writing is strong. It's just really slow.
I equate
Yeah.
The Flash to Downton Abbey. Like I think they're the same level of television. Like,
Please elaborate on that.
No,
Our
it's like-
audience is on the edge of their seat.
well, no, it's just like the Flash is like bullshit drama, and then like they have the superhero shit that goes on, but it's mostly like what keeps you in the show is like the, like they deal with real shit, and like this, Barry's real sad about his mom being killed, and like that's why you're watching the show. But Downton Abbey's just like, oh, okay, well now Miss Kensington is hooking up with the fucking maid, and that's gonna be a real fucking yada yada yada, right? That's the whole deal about Downton Abbey, like Miss Kensington getting into her shenanigans.
Did he just drop a name of a character?
I don't know.
I think he's watching the show. I think we've uncovered something on this podcast.
Does Kensington sound like a name that would be on Downton Abbey? I just made it up.
I'm gonna look this shit up. Kensington.
I didn't think it was.
That's the whole point of the show, right? It's just like, there's the maids and the butlers, and they're all talking about the rich people.
At the bottom of the house, and
It's like a new
can
upstairs,
somebody
downstairs.
cross over?
It's just it's like the same shit,
Streets of Kensington.
Because you can turn your brain off and watch
Kensington
it.
downtown.
No, yeah.
I don't think
No, there's no Miss Kensington on Downton Abbey because I just made this shit up.
I'm just making sure, Max. You said that so smoothly. I'm like, do we have a closet watcher down here? Something to be ashamed
I
of.
would not have given Rondell so much shit about watching the show if I actually watched it.
Yes, you would.
I wouldn't.
Yes,
I
you
wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
Because this very thing would have happened and I would have no defense.
You used to give our audience a lot of shit for watching Gotham when you were still watching it.
No, because I was telling the audience not to watch Gotham. I'm watching it for you. You don't have to sit through it. I was doing them a favor.
Apparently
and
not.
then Dan picked up the favor and he was watching it, and because I was definitely not.
Yeah, I ran with it for until that damn break, and that was it for me.
Yeah, so that's what every time I was watching, I was like, "Look, man, I'm watching the show. It's terrible. I'm still watching it. Don't watch it because I can tell you that it's fucking terrible."
I got a question. Has anybody watched the Yoga Hosers trailer?
Yes.
That looks
Nice.
fucking awesome and insane and weird. And Kevin Smith, since he's become a stoner, is making some really weird flicks.
Here's the whole deal. He's making whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't give a shit if you like it or not. Honestly, he's just making it because he finds it funny and he's got the resources to be able to do it. That's basically why he made Tusk too. He didn't think anyone would like Tusk either, and people didn't. I did, but he's just making weird shit for the sake that it's stuff that for some reason he wants to see. It's not necessarily to really market to the masses at all. I think it looks fine. It looks weird enough. I like Ralph Garman, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with his weird accent in that trailer. You know what? Everything that I've heard so far is that like Johnny Depp's daughter and his daughter are actually pretty good actresses. So
Yeah, I heard that too, and we watched it. It's Kevin Smith, one of his few PG-13 films, and I watched the preview with Tony, and then we watched it the second time. Tony comes running in the room and goes, "This movie looks so funny." So it looks like I found somebody to go with me because
there you go.
Oh,
There's
it's
an audience for it.
weird.
Buckaroo Banzai, he's remaking that apparently. So
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
I don't
I
either.
do, and I want to see that.
I read the synopsis is like, yeah, he's making from this movie, and the movie is made a certain way, and it's totally zany and crazy, and he's trying to recapture that, yada yada. And I was like, I have never even heard of this in my lifetime.
You gotta watch that sometime.
Probably not.
What do you think of Yoga Hosers?
Yoga Hosers look pretty, it looked all right, I should say. Like, I don't know. I wasn't turned off from the trailer, but I'm not like, yes, I must go watch Yoga Hosers now, so it was all right. It looks okay. I hope it's better, and I am like, I hope it's better than Tusk, because Tusk was just asking a bit much of everybody.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I've seen Tusk.
I have not been able to bring myself to it because I heard that the final images of that film
You can't unsee them.
they stay with you for the rest of your life. And
You,
I want to see the movie so bad, but I don't want.
You're gonna be on your deathbed like, oh god, that thing in Tusk, and then you die.
it's really not that bad.
I mean, spoiler alert.
It's
Spoiler
stupid.
alert.
Yeah,
It's-
it's
it's
really dumb.
Just
that
as
bad.
long as a walrus, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But he looks sort of like
See, I haven't even
he looks
seen
sort
it.
of
It's giving
like Jim Carrey coming out of the rhinoceros's ass, except and Jabba the Hutt.
like had a kid.
Huh.
Yeah,
Neat.
like a composite sketch of that. But I think that Kevin Smith, he's heard so much like shit about all of his movies that he doesn't fucking care anymore. And I think this is just what you get because like he's like, well, I've heard all the worst things you could possibly say about me, so now there's nothing left to do but make whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, his
Hopefully
next.
we'll get some really good movies.
But-
out of that.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is, before this, his worst received movies were the ones that were the most mainstream, like the Ben Affleck romantic comedy or the Bruce Willis buddy cop comedy that he had no creative control over. He just directed that. Like those were his worst received ones before he went into this weird return to indie.
I
Like
didn't even know he directed Cop Out for the longest time.
yeah. He was just a hired gun for that, and it was one of his most poorly received movies. But it's just like, well, what do you expect? Bruce Willis is an asshole to work with, apparently.
Yeah, I heard about that. I like Zack and Miri too, but I guess his next film is Moose Jaws. It's pretty much going to be a remake of Jaws with a moose. And
Silent Bob's gonna get killed by the moose. Yeah.
yeah, he says
what he
Jay and
says.
Silent Bob will make their triumphant return. I like Kevin Smith. I listened to all of his stuff, and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to finally watch Tusk. I liked Red State too, and that was his
I like
first
Red State a
foray.
lot.
I really like Red State. Yeah.
I like Red State. Yeah.
That was a good film. Very
I mean,
good film.
it was no
guy-
Tusk, but
Yeah.
The guy's
Early-
competent. Like, have you guys seen his Flash episode yet? It's good.
yeah, I watched that.
It's really good.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just as good as any.
He
Like,
directed
I mean,
the show.
Yeah.
it didn't seem like with that. I don't want to give him mad props because I mean, like, it seems I guess on the one hand he didn't fuck it up, but like
Yeah,
on
he
the other
didn't.
hand, it's like, all right, dude, you did what every other fucking guy did. You made a Flash episode. Like, I like the Flash, but you know what I'm saying? Like, 83 people have done it.
and he continues to make
I mean, I'm
Jason
just-
Mewes relevant.
Yeah.
It's just that everyone keeps like painting him in this negative light, like, oh, the dude's the worst filmmaker ever. I'm like, he's done stuff
there's
you
Uwe
like.
Boll.
Uwe Boll.
Yeah,
Now that's
way.
he doesn't even cut it, dude. I mean, there's worse than that.
Oh, dude, I mean,
Trust
like,
me.
yeah, no, there's a bunch of people I'd throw on the list before fucking Kevin Smith.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, that guy can fucking just get punched in the face.
Mick G, not Mike.
Mick G. Is he the guy who directed All the White People Die?
He directed X versus Severed, didn't he?
What's the movie? All the
Charlie's
white people die?
Angels.
Law-abiding
Charlie's
citizen.
Angels. Oh yeah. All the white people die.
They literally
he did,
kill all the white
They
people.
call it in the hood.
he did the Christian Bale Terminator.
Oh, nice. I'm pretty sure he did direct All the White People Die.
Yeah, which is sad because I think the actual dude has like a sense of humor. Because there's that one episode of Supernatural where he plays himself when they go into the real world,
Oh,
and he gives himself like a platoon death scene, which is kind of hilarious because it was so overdone that he was just being like doing it for all the people that hated him.
yeah. Well, you can hate me now. Yep, right to the bank, I guess. But
I don't know.
I do appreciate him making a movie where like the black people live inexplicably.
All the white people die.
We had a comment. My wife said "screw you" to me for the umbilical cord comment. So hopefully it doesn't mean I have a ticket to the couch. We'll find out here
You don't got a ticket.
very
You got a fucking
shortly.
You got the train,
Yeah.
son.
Divorce pending.
You already moved in.
Mike is watching The Flash, and well, no, Flash is over. What are you watching in the background, Mike? Somebody would like to know, and her name is Liz.
Oh, it's my Tuesday night stuff. It's Flash and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm half paying attention to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Flash had my undivided attention. Sorry, I tuned out a little bit with you guys, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., whatever. Inhumans that are never going to be seen on the big screen, so whatever.
I can't believe you weren't paying full attention to our riveting banter.
I tuned out and I'm here.
Well, once you get into that prison break talk,
Yeah.
I'm just...
It was a slow news week, but that's all I've
Did you
got.
look at the DC logo?
I don't have any way of pulling it up.
You
For
don't?
some reason, that's not working.
Goodness sake, the internet fails again.
I know, it always does. But anybody know anything in video game news since Philip's not here?
They made this game once. It was called Mario. It was
Oh,
made in like 1980.
I guess Microsoft was making this big announcement today, and unless there was something else that I missed, it was that Black Ops 1 is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
That's cool.
Yay.
So,
Does that mean
6-year-old
Zork?
game.
Does that mean Zork is backwards compatible?
If it's on Black Ops 1 and you can play it through the game, yes.
All
That-
right, I
It
love
also means
Zork.
that cool little top-down shooter that they added was on there too.
I can never get past the leaflet.
I don't remember.
Oh no, I can knock a bird out of a tree in Zork.
Oh, good job.
Thank you. I'm not good at texting, apparently. Comic book news. Anything?
DC got a new logo.
Hey.
That we can't show people.
DC got a new logo, and Rondell's been really quiet tonight. So, Rondell, would you give us your thoughts on DC producing a Sleepless in Seattle 2?
Well, you can't even look at it. So we
Probably.
can look at it.
Probably do better than what movies they've been putting out. So just make a good movie. I don't care if it's Sleepless Seattle reboot or what. Just make it good. I'll watch it.
Who would you
All right.
cast in a Sleepless in Seattle reboot? Come on,
I'm gonna
Rondell.
get a rant out of me.
I've tried, man. You've been quiet tonight.
Tired for a rant.
Get a rant. Who would you cast? Come on, who do you want?
But I-
Maybe do like a Gone Girl. Get Ben Affleck and that one crazy chick.
No,
Rosamund
Ben
Pike?
Affleck as Batman.
Only at the end, instead of
Now we're talking.
staying together for the children,
Calm down.
he fucking kills her.
Yeah, I'm Batman, bitch.
I'm liking this more and more. Does it kill the children also?
Now
No.
you're killing
No.
kids.
Okay, does it-
Jeez, Max, you're a
does it take the
recent
wife and the
father.
White people.
Does it take the
kill
wife and kids upstairs, up to the top of the
No,
Empire
see?
State Building, and then throw them all off of it?
See, all the black people lived because all the white people died in that one movie,
Yeah.
so they could take care of the children.
No,
Yeah,
no,
tons of children.
no. There's no children. All the white people died. You understand? All the children also died.
Oh, the children didn't die.
Yes.
I mean, did they all have exploding cell phones that killed them?
Seattle
Yes.
and Downton Abbey all in one.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Right.
And the
With-
poor Miss
with
Kensington.
like the circle or circus. Sorry, and like motorcycles on fire going in loops.
I don't know how to follow
Ghost
this
Rider.
up. So I am going to start wrapping this shit up. You could check out Mike at youtube.com/Mike McGTV. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/3geeks. Download any audiobook for free for your first 30-day trial. They have 100. I'm not reading from a prompter this time. So
They couldn't tell.
180,000 titles to choose from.
That's just hilarious. You
Whether-
sound like you are.
I know, right? Whether you like to read, don't want to read, or don't know how to read, Audible is your choice. Let them know we sent you. We also have a t-shirt store. Check out the link below in the description. Hit that like video, subscribe to Mike's channel. Hit us up on Twitter.
What about Sean's Kickstarter?
Oh yeah, Sean's Quickstarter as well, which there is a link for that too in this video. My name is Jason.
Is it?
That
Are you sure?
is Max,
Bye.
the father of my kids if I were to ever pass.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw them out the Empire State Building.
Cool.
Dan, Rondell, and Mike. And I'm just telling you, if something were to happen to me and my wife, the video of Max taking care of these kids would be uploaded to YouTube and probably garnish quite a bit of money. It'd
There
be
would
a
also
great
be
reality
a
show.
video
Get yourself killed.
uploaded to YouTube
Would it-
of me tossing
would it be-
children off the top of the
Would it
Empire
be
State
on
Building.
Did I make the video?
Yes.
What's that?
their Geeky Kids channel?
Oh, we will stream it on both. Thank you, Mike, for that. And also, check out my kids, 3 Geeky Kids on YouTube. Have a great evening. Peace.